Is the egg yolk really bad for your health? 2. Are brown eggs more nutritious than white ones? 3. How many eggs can you safely eat in a day? 4. And most importantly, does the color of the egg yolk actually matter? Egg yolk color. Wait, what kind of question is that? Yes, the yolk, the golden center of the egg, has been wrongly blamed for decades. People talk endlessly about its cholesterol, fat, protein, and calories. But almost no one pays attention to its color, even though it's one of the most important indicators of an egg's quality and nutritional value. My answer? Yes. Egg yolk color absolutely matters. It reflects the hen's diet, environment, and nutrient intake. And sadly, it's one thing most people never think to check. Let's break it all down and uncover the science-backed truth. Hi, I'm Dr. Sudhakar Reddy Tirupathy, a pediatrician with over 30 years of experience and a holistic health practitioner for the past 15 years, treating the person as a whole, not just a collection of symptoms or organs. I am deeply passionate about treating children with autism through a personalized, constitutional approach, focusing on each child's unique constitution that brings true healing and lasting recovery. The egg. It's a culinary superstar, a breakfast staple, and a nutritional powerhouse all wrapped up in a neat calcified package. We scramble them, fry them, poach them, and bake them into just about everything. For something so common in our kitchens, the egg holds a surprising number of secrets. The truth is that not all eggs are created equal. The journey from the hen to your plate is a complex one, filled with variables that can change the very nature of the food you're about to eat. It's a story worth cracking open. Think of it as the construction crew for your cells. For centuries, eggs have been staple on breakfast tables around the world, and for a good reason. They are packed with proteins, vitamins, minerals, only lacking vitamin C and fiber, making them a fantastic and affordable source of nutrition. Nature's perfect multivitamin, yet, when you walk down the supermarket aisle, the sheer variety can be confusing. Most of us grab a carton at the grocery store without a second thought. But have you ever paused to ask, what are you really buying when you pick up a carton of eggs? Most people simply ask, which eggs are the cheapest? But the real question, which eggs are actually good or bad for your health, is rarely asked, except by a few health-conscious individuals. Sure, cheap eggs save money today, but they can fuel inflammation, disease, and pain tomorrow. So don't just buy the cheapest eggs, buy the right ones. Before we dive in, let's clear up a few common myths and questions that even many doctors still wonder about. 1. Is the egg yolk really bad for your health? 2. Are brown eggs more nutritious than white ones? 3. How many eggs can you safely eat in a day? 4. And most importantly, does the color of the egg yolk actually matter? Egg yolk color. Wait, what kind of question is that? Yes, the yolk, the golden center of the egg, has been wrongly blamed for decades. People talk endlessly about its cholesterol, fat, protein, and calories. But almost no one pays attention to its color, even though it's one of the most important indicators of an egg's quality and nutritional value. My answer? Yes. Egg yolk color absolutely matters. It reflects the hen's diet, environment, and nutrient intake. And sadly, it's one thing most people never think to check. Let's break it all down and uncover the science-backed truth. While shopping for eggs, consumers often encounter labels such as cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, organic, omega-3 enriched. However, eggs from caged hens are rarely labeled as such, despite being the most commonly purchased due to their lower price. Unfortunately, these conventional eggs may be nutritionally inferior and potentially detrimental to health over time. It can feel like you need a special decoder just to choose a simple carton of eggs for your morning scramble. So, what do all these terms actually mean for you, and what's inside the shell you are cracking? Let's break it down once for all. Eggs are nutritional powerhouse, loaded with complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids, vitamin D for bone strength, choline for brain development, lutein and zeaxanthin for eye health, healthy fats for hormone balance, low in carbs, high in satiety, great for metabolic health. But here is the real secret. How the hen is raised directly affects nutrition inside eggs. Let's start by breaking down the most common types you'll find. First, conventional eggs or cage-raised. These are the most common and usually the cheapest option available. The hens that lay these eggs are typically raised in cages, often indoors in large barns, with controlled lighting and temperature to maximize egg production throughout the year. Their feed is scientifically formulated, usually a mix of processed grains, corn and soy, to provide all the necessary nutrients for the hen's health and consistent laying. This is a highly efficient system, but it raises important questions about animal welfare and the nutritional profile. High in omega-6, low in omega-3, low in vitamin D, higher stress in hens may reduce egg quality. Regularly consuming eggs from cage-raised hens, which often have an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio as high as 20:1, can contribute to a pro-inflammatory state in the body, especially when they're cooked in seed oils like sunflower, safflower, sesame, peanut, corn and cottonseed oils that are also high in omega-6 fatty acids. It's important to note that an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio exceeding 4:1 is linked to increased inflammation and potential health risks. This imbalance promotes chronic inflammation, which can fuel the development of multiple inflammatory conditions, such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, autoimmune disorders, arthritis, fatty liver. Final verdict: good for your wallet, not great for your health. Don't save a few rupees or dollars today, only to pay with your health tomorrow. Second, moving up the ladder, we find cage-free. The term cage-free means exactly what it says. The hens are not in cages. They are typically housed indoors in a large barn or aviary system where they can walk, spread their wings, and lay their eggs in nests. When both cage-raised and cage-free hens are kept indoors, fed similar grain-based, omega-6 rich diets, and have no outdoor access, their nutritional differences are minimal. Third, free-range eggs takes it a step further. The term free-range conjures up images of happy hens roaming freely in a vast green field. However, the reality can be a bit different depending on where you are. The official requirement often simply means the hens have some form of access to the outdoors. This could be a small door leading to a patch of dirt or a covered porch, and the amount of time they spend outside can vary greatly. While it is certainly a step up from a cage and cage-free, it doesn't guarantee the idyllic farm life you might be picturing. Their diet is still primarily grain-based, similar to conventional hens, but they might supplement it with some insects or plants they find outdoors, better than cage-raised and cage-free, but not ideal. Fourth, then there are pasture-raised eggs. This label usually means the hens spend most of their days genuinely outdoors, foraging on fresh pasture. They eat a more natural diet of grass, seeds, worms, and insects, in addition to their supplemental feed. This varied diet and active lifestyle can have a significant impact on the nutritional content of the eggs they produce. These hens are moved to fresh patches of pasture regularly, which is not only better for them, but also for the land. As you can imagine, this method is more labor-intensive for the farmer, which is why these eggs typically come with a higher price tag. Now you might be wondering if the way a hen lives and what it eats really makes a difference to the egg on your plate. The short answer is a resounding yes. The hen's diet is the single biggest factor influencing the nutritional makeup of its eggs. Think of it this way: everything the hen consumes is essentially repurposed to create the yolk and the white. A hen fed a standard diet of corn and soy will produce a perfectly good egg, but a hen that forages on a diverse diet of greens, insects, and seeds will pass those extra nutrients along. This is where we see the real benefits of pasture raising. Scientific studies have shown that eggs from pasture-raised hens can be nutritionally superior. They often contain significantly more vitamin A, vitamin E, and crucial omega-3 fatty acids. They can also have higher levels of vitamin D, especially if the hens are exposed to plenty of natural sunlight, which they use to synthesize the vitamin, just like we do. The yolks of pasture-raised eggs are often a deeper, more vibrant orange, because yolk color often reflects the hen's diet. Hens that forage on greens, seeds, and insects absorb natural pigments like lutein and zeaxanthin, which enrich the yolk's color and nutrition. Factory-farmed hens, on the other hand, eat mostly corn and soy, producing pale, less nutrient-dense yolks. This is what I've personally verified. Images show it clearly. Pale yellow yolks from cage-raised hens versus rich, golden yolks from pasture-raised hens. And I'm sure some of viewers have no idea about this. If you've verified it too, kudos. Drop a yes in the comments. If not, be honest and type no. Let's see how many are truly aware. But be careful. Some producers use synthetic pigments to fake that golden glow without the real health benefits. 5. Let's also look other popular egg variety. Organic eggs. For an egg to be certified organic, the hens must be fed an organic, non-GMO diet. They must also be uncaged and have access to the outdoors, similar to free-range standards, and they cannot be given antibiotics. This certification provides a good assurance of both the hen's diet and its living conditions. 6. Omega-3 enriched eggs, on the other hand, come from hens whose feed has been supplemented with an omega-3 source, such as flaxseed or fish oil. This directly increases the omega-3 content of the eggs, which is brilliant for our brain and heart health. It's clear that a hen's environment and diet are directly linked to the quality of the egg. A hen living in a more natural, stress-free environment, with access to a varied and nutrient-rich diet, will produce an egg that is richer in beneficial vitamins and fats. While conventional eggs are still a good source of protein, if you are looking to maximize the nutritional punch from your breakfast, opting for pasture-raised, organic, or omega-3 enriched eggs is certainly a worthwhile investment in your health. You are not just buying an egg, you are choosing a specific nutritional profile. One of the most persistent myths in the world of eggs is the debate between brown and white eggs. Many people believe that brown eggs are healthier or more natural than white eggs, but I'm here to tell you that is simply not true. The color of an eggshell has absolutely nothing to do with its nutritional value, quality, or taste. It is determined entirely by the breed of the hen. For example, Leghorn hens lay white eggs, while Orpington or Rhode Island red hens lay brown ones. Some breeds, like the Araucana, even lay beautiful blue or green eggs. The reason brown eggs often cost more is because the breeds that lay them tend to be larger and require more feed. Another big question I'm often asked is, how many eggs is it safe to eat? For decades, eggs were unfairly villainized due to their cholesterol content. Many people, me included, believed that eating only egg whites was healthier, thinking the cholesterol in the yolk raised bad cholesterol levels. Thankfully, with better nutritional knowledge, I've learned that's not the whole story. Egg white is pure lean protein with minimal calories. Egg yolk is nutritional goldmine with essential fats, vitamins, and antioxidants. Whole eggs offer the best of both. There's no need to skip egg yolk. We were told to limit our intake to just a few per week to protect our hearts. However, our understanding of dietary cholesterol has evolved significantly. For most healthy people, the cholesterol we eat in foods like eggs has a very small impact on the level of bad cholesterol in our blood. How many eggs should you eat? Healthy adults 1 to 2 eggs per day are safe. Keto and athletes up to 6 a day. Forget about bad cholesterol. Real culprits are sugar and processed carbs are bigger threats. Of course, how you cook your eggs matters a great deal when it comes to preserving their health benefits. Best cooking methods. Poaching and boiling are fantastic choices as they cook the egg gently in water without adding any extra calories or unhealthy fats. Soft scrambled in butter, ghee, olive oil, and coconut oils over medium heat. Avoid deep frying and cooking in seed oils. Pairing your eggs with other nutritious foods like avocado, vegetables, particularly fermented vegetables, is also a brilliant strategy. This combination provides protein, healthy fats, fiber, and a wide array of vitamins and minerals, keeping you full and energized for hours and setting you up for a healthy day ahead. While chicken eggs are by far the most common, it's worth exploring some of the other delicious and nutritious options available. Duck eggs, for instance, are a real treat. They are larger than chicken eggs, with a much bigger, richer yolk and a higher fat content, which gives them a wonderfully creamy texture, but may cause allergies. This makes them absolutely perfect for baking, as they add a lovely richness to cakes and custards. Nutritionally, they are powerhouses, containing more protein, more omega-3 fatty acids, and higher concentrations of vitamins A and D compared to a chicken egg of the same size. On the other end of the size spectrum, we have tiny quail eggs. These are often seen as a delicacy in many cuisines around the world. Despite their small size, they are surprisingly packed with nutrients. Gram for gram, they contain more iron, B vitamins, and protein than chicken eggs. Their small speckled shells make them visually appealing, and they are wonderful when hard-boiled and added to salads or served as canapés. They cook very quickly due to their size, making them a fun and speedy addition to many dishes. Trying these specialty eggs can be a great way to add variety and new flavors to your diet. So, to sum up our journey through the world of eggs, they are undeniably a nutritional superstar. For the best health benefits, consider choosing eggs from hens that have lived a good life on a varied, natural diet, such as pasture-raised or organic. Don't worry about the shell color, it's what's inside that counts. For most of us, an egg a day is a perfectly healthy habit, especially when cooked using gentle methods like poaching or boiling. By making informed choices at the supermarket, you can ensure you're getting the most nutritional value from every delicious bite. I hope this has helped you feel more confident when you next find yourself standing in front of that wall of egg cartons. It's all about understanding the labels and choosing what aligns best with your health goals and values. Is full-fat milk clogging your arteries or actually fueling your health? Is low-fat or skim milk truly better, or just an outdated diet myth? What about toned milk, A2 milk, buffalo milk or cow's milk? And what is kefir? Are these real nutritional upgrades? Or just clever marketing wrapped in a health halo? We're breaking it all down. Science first, hype never. The truth the dairy industry doesn't want you to hear is finally coming out. New video dropping soon on Tryincurable. Don't miss it. Until then, eat well and stay curious.